Welcome to edition
148.
Drive with me. KB here. I'm joined by special guest John David, aka Sir
Beep.
aka DJ John David. I remember you're DJing.
Yeah, I know. It was just my initials backwards.
You said what?
It was just my initial backwards. I know that the JD part, I meant the DJI. I like to make music, but like John, David, JD, DJ.
Yeah.
So it would be David John or John David. It's nothing too special.
Well, welcome to the vlog, man. I know you said if I do this often, or what it's about. I mean, it's just a little drive from my neighborhood into Monchi's. Been doing this for, like I said, this is 147, right? Mm-hmm. So I do it every week that I can. It's barely any times that I skip, but
yeah, this is pretty cool though.
But anyway, about that, yeah, man. Well, tell me about yourself. What you want the people? What you got going on in your life? As we make this bumpy ass road back to Monchi's.
Just trying to make it day by day. Honestly, it's been hard, but nothing too personal that I want to really get into. Honestly.
No, I get you for sure. At the end of the day, this does go up on YouTube. Don't get super personal. But there's been times where, like, even this little 10-minute ride, whoever I have with me, that randomly joins, they'll be going deep into it. I'm like, all right, bro. Like, relax. Just trying to get these tacos.
Yeah. I'm not much of a poster or anything of that sort. Like,
I noticed that.
I haven't posted in like years, man. And it's because I thought that was someone I knew.
You're kind of a lurker, huh?
I don't know, man. I guess I just kind of leaned away from like social media and whatnot for years, because I didn't really feel like a huge sense in putting my presence out there.
Do you get online at least, or are you just like, I'm out of social media? Because I know you still have your page up.
Yeah, no, I like to just watch videos.
Right.
Like YouTube or stuff like that. I just look up a bunch of random topics, in all honesty, but I guess lately I've been looking at synthesizers.
Oh, so you're still playing with music production and all that, or what?
Yeah. No, but I don't ever release anything.
Yeah.
I just make my songs. Just depending on how I feel, just leave them there.
You were writing lyrics at one point, weren't you?
Huh?
Weren't you writing lyrics at one point?
I was ghostwriting.
Yeah.
For actually a lot of music artists, but I did it underground. Like, nobody knew who I was. I just hid my presence because I didn't want any kind of like eyes on me.
Yeah.
I didn't care so much about the eyes. I guess it's so many times I've taken a deep look and I'm like, what would it really be like to be famous? And I used to think like that a long time ago. I was like, what would it really be like to be famous, man?
I've always seen you as like a low-key person, though.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Well, that's who I am now.
Yeah.
Back then I was more outgoing.
Outgoing, more like.
Yeah, it's just a lot of things have torn me over the years.
Oh, I get that.
But me, I've always been a trusting person. I've always been there for people. I've always had people's backs.
Yeah, like one phone call away.
But like even Adrian, man.
Yeah.
He told me one time when we like got out, he was like, you know, JD, you're a naive person.
You're a naive person.
He told me straight up naive. And it was all based off of his just, I always look back at that one moment and because it wasn't something like so big, because I let a lot of stuff go.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people can literally tell me like so much shit to my face, and I don't ever like bite back until I realize like, hey, what's this person's absolute motive? Like, give people 10 chances more than people deserve.
10 chances? Nah, hell no.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. I give people, because it's hard for me to lose people, and I always think like, well then I must be the problem if I'm losing so many people.
Oh nah.
Because I feel like the only way people can maintain relationships with people is tell people what they want to hear, not what they need to hear.
Right.
You know, and I'm a realist, but I'm also, well, not a realist, I don't even know, but like I'm a real person who tells straight up how it is, but I also am lenient, like very lenient. A lot of people know that, but people will only see, you know, your one moment of weakness versus all the good things. And it's just human nature, man.
Unfortunately, yeah. Yeah, nah, man. 10 chances though, like.
Yeah, I know, man. But you see, that's the point that Adrian made about me, about being naive and sometimes oblivious.
I wouldn't know. I don't know if I would say naive. I guess I said more. I would say innocent. You know, or more. Yeah, I would say more innocent. You know, like you even said yourself, like 10 chances or more, like a lot of chances. It's kind of like, whereas anyone else, you know, 2 or 3 times you're like, all right, I'm done with this.
I'm not the most perfect person, you know.
Yeah.
But I just know that every day I've always tried to be better, self-reflect, like, and I even talked to one of the supervisors at my job, and she was like, John, you have a personality that not many people have, and that's because we didn't know each other like for too long, probably like a year, but she still was like, you do a lot of self-reflecting, and then you project that in the sense of people need to kind of follow your moral compass. And I guess I get to the sense where I'm like, that is basically right. Like, I've learned from not just my own mistakes or from my experiences, but more like from also the experiences of others. That I took the good and the bad parts that I'm like, hey, you know what? That part can be true, and until I absolutely see that it's gonna be an absolute problem, but even then I am naive. It's kind of hard to explain, in all honesty. I'm just yapping at this point.
No, that's what the point of all this, man. I could be anything, bro, but no, like I said, I don't know if I'd call it naive, man. You got a big heart, you know, and unfortunately some people
take advantage
of that, you know.
You're not the only one who told me that.
Right.
Like, there's literally 6 people who have, but I'm like, why is it that way, man? Like,
what the hell is this guy doing?
You know, even like, you know, the person that called me the other day, like, said I was the only person who picked up. Only person.
It's just swang.
And I was like, after 9 years, you haven't called me, talked to me, or nothing. And I am the only person who picked up. And you're not there for me. After everything I've done for you in the past. All the times I defended you. But yeah, just how some people are, and it just blows my mind, man, because like how is it that people who, you know, treat people wrong and stuff like that get away with
a lot of stuff.
Like, dang, that person is cool, I want them there at my party, I want them here, come over here. You know, why do people respect people who disrespect people more than people who actually respect everybody? That's the psychology part I don't understand.
Yeah, you always get the feeling, right, that society likes to lean towards assholes. You know what I mean?
I don't know the answer to that, man. It sucks, but I think it's just that people are naturally, you know, it's kind of like even people being attracted to toxic natures.
That's the next thing I was thinking of. You know, what they can't. You know, toxicity is something that attracts people, and
yeah.
But I always saw it more as like the people who kind of fall in that realm. You know, having. It's gonna sound like a big generalization, but that, you know, they haven't developed. You know, like
they haven't developed because they choose not to.
Right. You know, and whereas the people who have, can recognize those things. You know how bad it could be to your mental health, or
no, yeah,
physically. You know what I mean?
No. And like for me, like I've taken accountability not just for my actions, but I've always taken accountability even for the actions of others just to maintain the peace. And that's the thing that it hurts, because I'm just like, you know what, just let it go. Just be the bigger person, or not even the bigger person. Just like if it's something you could let slide, just let it slide.
Yeah.
And I'll let big things, even small things, you know, big and small, I'll let them go just because I care about people.
You know, I can relate that. You know, I'm always been one to keep diplomacy, but at the same time, I've shifted towards your inner peace is what matters. Like, always protect your peace is what I was told.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, it's you.
Right.
Like, I'm not.
Yeah.
No one's gonna look out for you except for you, like that. You know, and I think ever since I've shifted to that, like, I definitely seen my circle just get smaller and smaller as it goes, and that's fine. Like, I'm like,
right.
You know, you don't need hundreds of people.
Right.
You know, just
no.
little squad people, someone you can call. You know, maybe you don't see them every day because life. You know, everyone's in their 30s now. Everyone's trying to work and, you know, become the worker bees.
Right.
Unfortunately, we're not freaking trust fund babies or anything like that, you know. But
yeah,
I've always started to believe to always protect your inner peace. Now, if that means freaking
letting people go,
or like being an asshole towards people in the sense of, like, you know, just being toxic, and I think that's a whole different story. You know, but I mean, like, protect your inner peace. You know, let people go, or like understand, like, man, you know what?
Right.
Screw it.
Yeah.
That ain't it. Take this picture here real quick. I'll piss off some people. There's a nice guy too.
Yeah, those clouds.
We still got pretty deep, bro. Even though you're like,
those clouds are pretty.
I know, right? It was a nice picture.
Yeah.
But let's get this food, man. You want to say anything before we end the vlog?
Nah, I don't know, man.
You're alright.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
I said,
not
just
much of a talker.
No, bro. I would say you talked a good amount, but like I said, this is how it is, bro. I'm just, whatever comes into my mind, this is really just like a diary. I'm very big on my fears that I'm gonna forget. You know what I mean? And I see this as like whenever I'm 30 years old later on, I want to be able to just pick out like a random clip just to see what I was doing that week.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because like Alzheimer's forgetting is one of my biggest fears.
Right.
Yeah. So what I try to do too. I try to invite people. You know, not that I don't want to remember everyone, but that I want to. I call it immortalize yourself into the internet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mean the AI way, but just like now you're gonna be immortalized into my diary, into my,
Right.
you know. So, and anytime you wanna like come out, the only thing is you have to be in my house, like I told you.
Yeah.
You know, to be in the vlog. Just let me know, dog. I do this every Sunday, so. But other than that, man, I like to say 3 things before I end my vlog. I like to say eat some good food, watch some good movies, and get some good sleep.
And that's a bet.
Peace.